Welcome back to Jackson Square. Today we're looking at Teak 6.2D, which says, I can order a set of rational numbers arising from mathematical and real-world contents. That means we can solve and order, locate, and compare rational numbers when they're in a word problem. So let's jump right in. I do not know these children's names. I will probably jack them up. I'm going to make some of them up, but we're just going to flow with it, okay? In 1 week, I'm going to make this Katarina. I don't know how you spell Katarina. In 1 week, Katarina's plant grew 58 hundredths of an inch. Stefano's plant grew half an inch. Kayla's plant grew 4/10 of an inch. And Marinda, I don't know, plant grew 5/11 of an inch. Order the amounts from least to greatest. So highlight the numbers that are important. And we're doing least to greatest, which is our favorite, right? But not always going to be there. I'm going to grab a pencil for this. And again, as always, I don't have my handy dandy piece of paper. So I see that I have 2 decimals and 2 fractions. Well, of these, I know one of these fractions already off the top of my head. So over here, I'm just going to rewrite all the numbers. We know that 1/2 is 5/10 or 50 hundredths. I'm going to make 4/10 and 2 hundredths and make it 40 hundredths, and then 5/11. So of all these, I'm pretty good. The only one I do not know is 5/11. So I'm going to have to do some side work. And remember, how do we change a fraction to a decimal? You can divide, TBO, top and bottom out. Or you look to see if it has a friendly denominator, a factor of 100. And as you can see, 11 is definitely not on this list. So there's going to be no shortcuts here. We're going to have to do long division. So I'm going to put 5 inside the house with a decimal and 2 zeros, 11 outside of the house. I'm going to bring my decimal points up. I have my card I made from last time. Can 11 go into 5? That would be no, put a 0. Slide my paper over. What times 11 will get me closest to 50? Well, 11 times 5 is 55. That's too big, but we can go down to 4. 4 times 11 is 44. So then I have to regroup. And 10 minus 4 is 6. Remember to check. Is 6 less than 11? Yes. Slide my paper over, bring down my 0. Now I have 60. What times 11 will get me closest to 60? This time I can say 5. 5 times 11 will give me 55. I need to regroup. This will give me 5. 5 is less than 11. Check off. I can add another 0 at this point and bring it down. I will get 50. Then I would do 4. 4 times that will give me 44. So I know, but you would have to do this probably at least twice to realize that this is a repeating decimal, okay? So it's a repeating decimal. So it's going to be 45 hundredths with a bar over the 4 and the 5 because it keeps going 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. So 5/11 is 45 hundredths for this sake. So we want to put these numbers in order from least to greatest. So if we were putting them in order from least to greatest, my smallest would be here. So I'm going to list them here in this middle, and I'm going to change to some type of color. So my first would be Caitlin's plant, which grew 4/10 or 40 inches. Then after Caitlin's plant, I would have Miranda's plant, okay, which is 5/11. Remember, we want to put the original form. Then after that, we would have Stefano's, which was half, and we are putting them in order. And the last would be Katarina's, or whatever that girl's name is, which was 58 hundredths. So if I had more space, I would have wrote it in a straight line, but I don't. But this is the order from least to greatest of how the plants grew. Okay. So again, we took them and we want to make sure all of them were in decimal form because decimals are just easier for us to compare. And once we did that, we put them in order from least to greatest. The next one says, the difference in the runner's goals and their actual time is shown. Order the numbers from least to greatest. Again, we have least to greatest. Not a problem. Order the numbers from least to greatest. So this is the difference in the runner's goals and their actual shown time. Okay, the difference between their time and. So looking, I see mixed numbers. I see some are negative, some are positive. So we like that. So which are ones we need to convert? I need to convert Lacey's and Morals. Miss Jackson is not good with names, so we just gonna go with it. Okay. All right. So the lucky thing for us is these fractions, these mixed numbers that we see, are all friendly ones that we should know how to convert because we have done our FDP. And if you still don't know how to convert your fractions, decimals, and percent, please study these things. We are not going to leave them behind. Remember, we are building, people. We are building. You need to join the build, okay? So I'm going to go right here, 1 4/10. I can easily make that 1 and put the 4 in the 10th place, and I'm done. Here we have -2 1/5. -2 1/5. If you don't remember, grab your hand, look in your interactive notebook. So 1/5 is 20 hundredths or 2/10. So I got that there. And then we want to order them from least to greatest. And just like last time, I don't really have a lot of room. So I'm going to just do it within the chart. I hope that's okay. So least, remember, negatives are going to go first. And the farther away from 0, that's the smallest. So that would be Sean. So I'm going to put number 1. Sean would be the least. And then after -3, we would have -2 2/10. Mora would be 2, second place. And then here, 1.4 or 1 4/10. And I can add a 0 to make these comparable. This is 40 and this is 43 hundredths. So then it would be Lacey. And last would be Famous Amos. So if I put these in order from least to greatest, the runners, Sean, Mora, Lacey, and Amos. This is their order from least to greatest. So that was a pretty easy conversion, and we're always happy about those, right? Again, if you're not familiar with the FDP, you haven't memorized that chart, go back to look at how to know your fifths, your fourths, your thirds, your eighths, all those little tips and tricks I gave you back in chapter 2. Go back and watch that video. It is released on YouTube. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You need to subscribe, and I'm going to write it here if you haven't. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, type in my name, bracket SMS, and subscribe. You're going to see my little Bitmoji. So you will have access to all the videos I've released for chapter 1, 2, and 3. You can go there and don't have to go back through Schoology to find them. Subscribe, like, and subscribe below. I'm just kidding. Okay, next one. And last one. It says a photographer records the amount. He changes his shutter speed for each photo he takes. The changes are -1 5/10, 1 1/8, 3/5, and 1 4/10. Okay, so again, most of these are friendly. I don't need my hand. I'm gonna put my hand away. Most of these are friendly ones that we have already learned or mastered. So I just need to convert 1 and 1/8 and 3/5. So I'm just going to rewrite them all here. So hopefully you know your eighths. 1/8 is 125 thousandths. So I'm just changing that fractional piece. 3/5. Oh, I put my hand away. We do need our fifths. Okay, I have a hand right here. Haha. 20, 40, 60. So we know 3/5 is 60 hundredths. And this one is already there. Okay, so again, I forgot to highlight, we are doing least to greatest. This particular worksheet has been so kind to us. It hasn't mixed it up. Always check if it's least to greatest, y'all, or greatest to least. Because when you least expect it, like on the test, there's going to be one that says greatest to least, and you're going to be like, but I got it. Wrong, because you didn't read the directions. Okay, so order the changes from least to greatest. We have them all in decimal form. We know the least is going to be anything that is negativo. So we're going to start with negative 1.5. I don't have anything else that's negative, but the next things would be smaller than 1. So that would be 3/5. Remember, go back to the original form. So I've used this, I've used that. After that, it would be 1 and 1/8. And then that would be followed by 1 and 4/10. So comparing, ordering, locating rational numbers, being able to do it in real world and mathematical content situations, I think you got this. So let's go practice.